So, very good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the cooperative learning. The intended outcome of today's presentation are number one, the participant will able to understand or describe the concept of cooperative learning. Then second, the participant will be able to know the various components of cooperative learning. And third, the participant will be able to understand and implement cooperative learning methods in their day-to-day classes. So, this cooperative learning is the instructional method to a small groups through which the student they will work together to maximize their own and each other's learning. So this is the definition that is given by the Johnson and Hublack in 1994. So here this cooperative learning it consists of two important words, that is the cooperation means working together to achieve the common goals, and learning means to acquiring the knowledge or skill through the study or experience or being taught. So this cooperative learning nowadays it's very important for increasing the attainment level of the knowledge for our students. So as we know that everyone is born unique and no comparison is possible between us. So you are you and I am I. And therefore, as every individual is having his own or her own speciality, so therefore we are not the same. We are unique. And that's why when we come together, when we work as a team, so together everyone will achieve more. And this is the basic principle of cooperative learning. So why this cooperative learning is very important? If the studies, if our student they read the textbooks or reference books to pass the examination, their thinking ability themselves will not develop. Therefore, we, the teacher, must provide the education that makes our student thinking. So this is the statement that is given by the president, Dike in Japan, and Hiroshi Matsumoto. So again question comes, why this cooperative learning is important? According to the research, this cooperative learning it improves the academic achievement of the student, it improves the behavior and the attendance, it increases the self confidence, and it motivates the students, and it increases liking of the school and the classmates. Thereby the student attendance in the college it will increase, or in the school it will be increased, and their interpersonal relationship between the classmate it is going to be increased, and therefore the bunking of class will not be there. And as our students they are performing themselves for the benefit of their group or peers, it enhances the self confidence in our students and they are get motivated. So why this cooperative learning is very important? You know that traditionally when we are teaching our students, the method that we are adopting it is just like a spoon feeding. But when we think about the spoon feeding, the student will understand only the shape of the spoon. Means our teacher only they show that particular knowledge will be received by our student, and therefore the critical thinking ability in our student will not be developed. So firstly we must understand the difference between the traditional learning and the modern learning. So the traditional learning it is just a lecturing, it is a disciplined class, it is very less expensive. So it is the one way of exchanging the knowledge. We are just the teacher is taught or teacher is telling the lesson to their student. But what level the knowledge is written by the student, it is not considered. There will be no exchange of idea will be there. So it is just a syllabus centric, or we may say that it is just a catering of the bookish knowledge, and it is fixed schedule and not repeat telecast will be there, and it is totally teacher centric and the content centric. So within the particular period of time, the teacher is going to only complete the syllabus, and therefore whatever the knowledge that is present in the syllabus, that is only gained by the traditional method. But when we consider the modern learning tools, it is a totally a technology based. It involves the demonstration. It is a problem based. It is the active learning, the exchange of the idea between the student and student, exchange of the idea between teacher and the student. It is taking place, and it is totally student centric. Thereby, there will be the development in the skill of the student, and this modern learning pedagogy can be possible at any time, anywhere. And here, our students they understand the concept learning by doing, and this is nothing but cooperative learning. So when we see the learning pyramid, traditionally in the lecturing, the retention of knowledge is only 5%. By reading the books as well as the literature, the retention of knowledge is only 10%. And the audio visual, when we are using the audio visual, the retention of knowledge is going on increases. So when we are providing the video to our student and they listen them carefully, what will happen? The knowledge retention level, it is going on increasing. And when we are providing them the demonstrations, again hands-on practice, that will enhance the particular retention to 30%. And when we conduct the group discussion and practice on doing, the rate of retention of the knowledge, it is going on increasing and increasing. And when the students they are working in a group and they teach each other, it was observed that highest retention of the knowledge, that is 90%, it is obtained. Because while teaching to the others, firstly the student they need to learn that particular thing, and when we are moving from lecturing to the teaching, we are there is a perfect paradigmic shift from the passive learning to the active learning, where there is a utilization of the auditory learning skill of the student, visual learning skill of the student, as well as the kinesthetic skill of the student. So when our student they are teaching each other, these three particular characteristics of the learner they are get utilized. But while that lecturing or reading, only the auditory skills they are get developed, and while audio visual and all the demonstration, only these visual skills they are get increased. So the learning approaches they are mainly divided into three types. The competitive learning, the traditional learning is called as a competitive learning because the student they are competing each other individually, and therefore the retention of knowledge is very less. The individualistic learning means self study, we can say that it's a self study. In this case also the knowledge retention is very less. But in a cooperative learning, the student they will work together, and as they are working together with their partners, they are exchanging their idea, and therefore they will achieve the common goal. And the retention of the knowledge in this case, it is much more. So this cooperative learning, for conduct of this cooperative learning in our class, what are the qualities they needed in our student to impart the cooperative learning strategy in our class? This is the big question. So our student must have some life skills to conduct this cooperative learning skills in our class. Our students should critically think. They should have information. They should innovate. They should discover. They should analyze and interpret. They should have reasoning ability. They should construct arguments, and they should have problem solving ability. So, for having the critical thinking ability, so these are the different characteristics that should be present in our students. Our students should collaborate with each other. There is a need of a leadership skill. Our students should initiate in a particular task. And while working in a team, they should have an ability to cooperate with each other. They should be flexible. They should be align themselves. They should align themselves when they are working in a team. They should shoulder the responsibility to enhance the productivity of our group. And they should be responsive toward the responsibility that is provided to them, and they should give the feedback also. That will be the helpful for the better development of their group. Then communication skill, our learners, they must have a communication skill. Our student must have effective listening ability. They should have oral presentation ability. They should be capable of using a digital media. They should practice a group discussion. They should have a skill of diverse media communication. Then, next, our students should be creative. They should generate the idea. They should work. They should plan. And a refinement of that particular idea. There must be openness to exchange their idea with other. And there must be a courage. They should have a courage to explore their skills in front of others. They should create with others. They should create, they should produce, and they should innovate. And this is nothing but the creativity skill of our student. And so therefore, the critical thinking ability, collaborative skills, and communication skills, and creativity, these four very important characteristics, it should be present in our student for the success. And then the question comes, how this critical thinking ability, collaborative approach, communication skills, and creativity we can inculcate in our students. So for that, what we should do? Firstly, it is very necessary. So what characteristics that are needed to inculcate these properties in our students? So first and very important property, that is our student, our learner, they should be team player. They should have a cooperative management skill. They should have willing power to cooperate with others. And while cooperating with each others, they should have that particular skills. Then, what are the prerequisites of cooperative learning? What are the requirements of this cooperative learning? Number one, our student, they need a time and place to exchange their idea. So for that, we have to provide them the time during the college time only. The student, they need the skill for working together. But while doing that, they should focus on the task rather than the personalities of each other. So this is very, very important point. The student will should not focus on anybody's personality. We should have a focus on our target, on our common goals. Then activity analysis should be considered individual and group success. So we have to inculcate in our students' mind that if individual will perform, the team will perform. And if team will perform, that will be successful team. That will be the successful team. And while doing that particular activity, always we have to keep in our mind that we have to avoid overburden and over specialization. So we have to limit ourselves to achieve our particular target. Otherwise, it may increase the workload on individual as well as our group. Students need to believe in values. They should respect feeling of one another. There is a necessity of cooperation. We should point out, we should explain the diversity of the talent. In the second slide only, I have told you, everybody is unique, and that's why everyone is having their own talent. And we should take who is the best leader, who is the best manager, who select the right person at right position at right time. That is called as a good leader. So for success of our group or team, it is very, very necessary to select the correct person at the correct time, and we should provide them a correct responsibility. So firstly we will understand the general process of cooperative learning. So in this cooperative learning, it consists of mainly four steps. Initially, the teacher explain the material or the student themselves. They read the material. Then second, group working. The student, they will work together. They will complete the assignment and the evaluation of assignment is taking place. And depending upon that, the credits or the marks they are provided. And then after the mark, those team who win, that particular team is provided with recognition, that they are provided with a badge or particular prize, and that is known as a recognition, and there should be a celebration of that particular recognition. What is the benefit or what are the benefits of this cooperative learning? The teacher is not sole provider of knowledge. The student, they will take the ownership of their own work and achievement. Means the teacher is not only giving the knowledge in the cooperative learning. The student on their self, they will work on particular task, and by working on particular tasks, they will achieve the common goal, and they will understand or they will acquaint with the skills they are required for that particular achievements. And the students are held accountable among their peers. The learning revolves around the interactions with the peers. So it is learning by doing. And if anybody feel any issues or any problem during conduct of that particular task, they will exchange their idea. There should be a healthy interaction between the peers, and each participant, they will participate very, very actively in this learning process, and that will build the interpersonal relationship and interactive skill in our students. Then more understanding than the individual learning. The significant achievements in the assignment can be obtained. It inculcates the positive attitude towards the learning. It also helps to improve the social networking since there is a development of an interpersonal relationship between the student. Now our student, they are projected to develop their interpersonal relationship towards the society also, and that is helpful for them. And high cohesiveness and self-esteem it get developed, and it is the efficient way of learning. So we know that traditionally the teachers, they are present, they are controlling the class, but nowadays the teacher are present at a side out of the class, and they are watching the student only to refine their skills. This is the paradigmic shift in case of the cooperative learning. So while we are performing this cooperative learning in our class, we have to divide our student in the group of 2 or 3 or 4 students. Then what are the number of or what are the types of these cooperative learning groups? Number one, informal cooperative learning groups. As the name suggests, informal, these are last for few minutes or until the end of the class. They are for the short term and therefore they are called as ad hoc groups. They mainly focus on the discussion before and after lecture. Second group is called as a formal cooperative learning group. So it may last for a class period or several weeks. Either at the semester end, that particular learner group will be there, or a total class, or up to several weeks. So the student, they are working together to complete the task assigned, and they actively shared their goals. And the third group, cooperative based learning group. So last from semester to academic year or over several years. So long term and heterogeneous learning group. It is a long term and heterogeneous learning group. Why mostly we are selecting the heterogeneous learning group? If in a group, if all students are they are the slow learners, then there will be the negligence towards the task it may take place. And if all are the active learner or fast learners, then the chances of conflict will be more, and that's why we should prepare a heterogeneous learning group. The students support one another to complete the assignment and to make the academic progress. So we must understand what are the different components they are needed in a cooperative learning. Our student, our learner, they must have a positive interdependence towards each other. Our learner should face to face interact with each other. Our student should have a individual accountability. Our student should have interpersonal and social skills, and our student should have group processing ability. Now what is meant by this positive interdependence? So it is a linking with one another to achieve the predefined goal. So here the student, they need to work together cohesively. There should be individual contribution for the success, and they should need to responsible for own learning. Thereby they should complete the group achievement also. So what is positive interdependence? So here I have shown you one diagram, and in that diagram, so these are the four members of that particular group. And to complete this particular task, every individual is having its his or her own skills, her or his own knowledge, and they are applying their skills to attain the predefined common goals, and that is necessary for success of our group. And to ensure the interdependence function efficiently, the role of every individual in the learning group, it should be defined. The individual performance, it will affect the group performance. These things should be inculcated in their mind. Create the responsibility in the student to work positively for the better group members. So when we consider the group of four members, so out of that, one individual that is having good reading capacity or reading skill, he is appointed as a reader. Second one, he is appointed as a note taker. While first person he is reading the concept, second will take the note. And third one, he will examine that particular notes. Is there any mistakes are there in that particular notes? That is examined by the examiner. And fourth one, that is the encourager. To conduct this activity every time, one person who is working as a catalyst for completing that particular task very, very effectively. So, in positive interdependence, we are heading together, we are working together, we are sharing our idea, we are focusing only on our work, we are encouraging each other, and this is nothing but the collaboration. And this is nothing but the collaboration. Now, second and very important component, that is the face-to-face interaction. While working in the group, every individual, they should provide assistance, they should help to each other, they should back the other members of the group to achieve their predefined common goals. And while working in the group, we should exchange the idea, we should exchange the resources, study material, the information to each other. Our group members should interact and they should provide the feedback for the progress. The trust and motivate, we must trust. The group member must trust each other. They should motivate the group member to achieve the common goals. And the achievement of the group, the success of the group, it is mainly dependent upon academic level of all the group members. And while working in the group, we should challenge each other for the group benefit. There are certain issues. If they are hampering the achievement of our group, we should challenge that particular activity. Then individual accountability. Individual accountability means students are asked for assistance. Everyone should do their best, present their idea, taking task very, very seriously, help the group to operate well, and take care of one another. So this is all called as the individual accountability. And while we are working in a group, we have to inculcate this concept. The individual achievement is the group achievement. So when every individual they will work efficiently, that will be the best for peer achievements. So group members are motivated to ensure that the group members they are a master in the material that being studied. So whatever the individual material that is provided to particular individual, that particular individual should become a master in their material that is supplied to them. So if every individual he will become a master, that team will become a team master team, and that's why we can say that the objective of the cooperative learning is achieved. So why this cooperative learning is more effective? So every group member is responsible for assigned tasks. All members they are responsible for group achievements, and small groups are necessary for individual accountability, because the recognition of everyone's activity can be achievement can be understand very easily, and higher achievement of individual will lead to the in higher achievement of the groups. So next is the interpersonal and the social skills. To have this interpersonal and social skill, we need to teach our student to listen attentively. So if anybody is exchanging his idea or her idea, the other should listen attentively. They should question wisely and cooperatively. They should negotiate respectfully. Our students should understand how to listen attentively, how to question wisely during the meeting, how to behave cooperatively, how to negotiate respectfully. The interpersonal skill development can be takes place by role playing, by modeling in the group activities. Our students must accept and support one another. They should resolve the conflicts constructively, and they should trust each other and communicate accurately and very clearly. So these are the some of the skills they are need to be inculcated in our student to have good interpersonal relationship. So what are the ways to ensure the interpersonal relationship? How? What are the skills they need to inculcate in our student? Firstly, our student should attend a meeting on time. They should listen others respectfully. And in meeting, they should not be busy in rehearsing what they have to told to the class or that particular group in the meeting. And while doing that, while rehearsing, you may miss any important point. Then you should not interrupt the meeting in between. At the end of meeting, you should challenge any point if you require. Do not use the language of personal attack. Make sure everyone has opportunity to speak. Do not suppress the conflict, but do not control and discipline it. So do not suppress the conflict. Means do not stop to speak your group members. You speak them, but before speaking them, you have to clear, you have to manage the conflict. Otherwise, the exchange of idea will not be there. So we have to control the conflict and we have to discipline it. So how these social skills they are developed in our student? Our student they should communicate properly, they should collaborate in a group, they should have a problem solving ability, They should have self-expression manner. They should have proper behavior. And these are the five very important things to develop the social skills. Then group processing. What is group processing? It reflects on group work, how the group is formed. Did the group achieve their goal? Set the new goals for the next session. Once you set the goals, you set the new goals for next time. You should not stop over there and what it looks like and how exactly the process of group processing it is taking place. You know that at the primary stage when we are grouped into group together, so we are very diverse, but we are all having a common goal. Suppose a passing of that particular class exam, and that's why we are coming together. But still, the conflict is there in everyone's mind. But due to the common goal, we are coming together in one class, for example. So initially, the storming between the thinking of one another it is taking place. But as soon as we have to achieve our goal within the prescribed period of time, we try to norming. We are align ourselves with each other to achieve the common goal. And that is called as the norming. And then we start performing. And when we start performing, we are achieving our common goal. And therefore, there is a development of interpersonal relationship as well as the social skills they are get developed. We start respecting the feeling of one another. Individual work betterly to achieve their best. Thereby, it will increase the attainment level of our group. But once that achievement of our group is completed, now again we are adjuring. We start to again become scattered. We return to the independence. So here, this is the paradigmic shift from group formation to the ignoring, from independence to the dependence, and then return to the independence. And this is called as the process of group forming. And when we are achieving our common goal, it's a time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate. So, enable the group to maintain the healthy relation among the group members. Nurture the cooperative skills of our group member. Analyze group activity timely and give the feedback for their best participation. Assess the student knowledge on their own learning parts. Celebrate the success of small group. Reinforce the positive behavior among the group of the member. So, what are the ways to ensure the group processing? So, group member they describe each other positive and negative behavior. So, while working in each other, we should carry out the SWOT analysis in every individual, and we have to overcome the weaknesses. And when we are overcoming the weaknesses of each other, now it will develop the behavior of individual, and thereby it will be very helpful for aligning one another. And decision regarding the ideal behavior is inculcated in all the students. Now, what is the effect of all these five components or these five elements? So we know that in a traditional learning, the teacher they are present on the stage. But now, when we are shifted from the traditional learning to the cooperative learning, so here the learners they are getting opportunity to present their achievements on the stage. So what are the different techniques? In next half an hour, we are going to discuss the different techniques of cooperative learning. So first is the student team achievement division, that is known as a STAT. Second method is jigsaw method. Third one is a team game tournament. Fourth one is a group investigation. Fifth one is a think, pay or share. Sixth one is a debate. Seventh is a problem based introduction. Eighth is a mind mapping. Nine is a cooperative script. 10 number head together. 11 picture to picture, and 12 example and non-example. So these are the different technique. So after that also there are n number of techniques. They can be included in the cooperative learning but due to the shortage of time, we are going to discuss just all these 12 methods in very short. So the first method is STAT. STAT is the cooperative learning strategy in which the small group of the learner with the different level of ability and ethnic, they work together to achieve the shared learning goals. So here there are three steps mainly. So first step is preparation phase. So orientation and preparation of the learning material. Then teacher, they form a heterogeneous group. Then they will set a base score. Suppose 100 marks is the base score, and for every question they are assigning the particular marks. Suppose each question is having 5 marks, then sitting arrangement for the student in the class it is made, and the team they are built over here. So this is called as a preparation phase. So in the preparation phase, the literature preparation will be there, then formation of heterogeneous group should be there, then setting of base score, then sitting arrangement is made in a class, and this is called as a team building. This is called as a team building. Then team action phase. In the second phase of this STAD, initially the teacher describes the objective of the lesson, and teacher they will understand what is the previous knowledge that student have. So teacher they will give the presentation on that particular topic, and now student they start working among the tutor. Then while working in a group, they resolve their conflicts, they manage their conflicts, and then individual quiz will be carried out. In the team, individual quiz will be carried out. Then in the evaluation phase, the quiz evaluation will be carried out, and then we are calculating the individual score and team score, and we are giving the grade and the recognition, and we are motivating the team and team members. So this is called as a student team achievement division. So the concept is very simple, which is divided into 5 components. So initially the literature is prepared and class presentation regarding the purpose and the motivation it is given. The students are divided into the team or groups. Then for individual the quiz is conducted, individual scoring is implemented, and individual score as well as team score they are checked, and depending upon that team recognition will be there and celebration of the team will be there. So this STAD is having some advantages as well as disadvantages. So STAD it enhance the self-confidence in our student. They develop the interpersonal relationship. High academic achievement can be possible as our student they are working in a group. More resources are available than the individual. Since the student they are working in the group, they can exchange their idea. The student learn the tutoring and encouraging. So they are helping each other while they are working in the group. But the problem is all about the slow learner and advanced learner. The slow learner, they avoid to take participate in the team, and advanced learner are they are dominating in the group, and that may produce the conflict in the class. So problem in the conflict resolution will be more. Domination in the group due to this advanced learner are there. And when the student they are performing in a group, the group pressure will also there. And due to working in a group, the performance of student may decrease. And time consumption. This process it requires a lot of time. The second method, and it is very easy method. Jigsaw is a cooperative learning technique in which the student they are working in a small group in the group of 4 or 5 students, and they are named as S1, S2 like that, and groups are again work numbered as G1, G2 like that. Okay, so in every group we are dividing the student in 4 or 5, and first initial group is called as the home group. So this is called as the home group, and the student they are provided with the same topic. They will move on another table for the discussion, that is called as the expert group. And this expert group again they will come to their original table, that is called as the home group, and they will discuss what the topic expert group they have discussed in their home group. And similarly, within a shorter period of time, they can exchange their idea. So within shorter period of time, the total topic along with all subtopics, they can be completed within shorter period of time. And finally, the teacher will evaluate the assignment. So I have taken here a very simple example of jigsaw method, that is hard gelatin capsule. So I have divided the students in 4 groups. Group 1 is provided with introduction of the hard gelatin capsule. Second subtopic of hard gelatin capsule, that is the formulation, that is given to the second topic, a second group. And to the third group, I have given the manufacturing. And to the fourth group, I have given the evaluation and application of hard gelatin capsules. So these are the 4 groups. So initially, what will happen? So this first student of group 1, first student of second group, first student of third group, and first student they will come on another table. This is called as expert group. This is called as a home group. Group 1 is a home group for this 1, 2, 3, 4, that is shown in a green color. This 1, 2, 3, 4 in a violet color, it is this group 2 is the home group for them. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 orange color. The orange color group is group 3. It is a home group for them. And this gray color 1, 2, 3, 4. It is the home group for group 4. So what will happen? All one number they will come over here and they will discuss on introduction of hard gelatin capsule. The second they will discuss on manufacture of hard gelatin capsule, formulation of hard gelatin capsule. Then all 3 number they will discuss on manufacture, and fourth one evaluation, and they will discuss on evaluation and application part. And when they discuss their idea regarding the topic, the material that is provided to them, again they will go to their original groups. Now when they go to their original group, now we will discuss only this first group. So first student of group 1, we know that he is an expert in which topic? Introduction to the hard gelatin capsule. The second, he went for the discussion on second topic, that is the formulation part. The third one green color, he went for the discussion of manufacture of hard gelatin capsule. And fourth student, he went for the discussion on the evaluation and application. So group, in every group, every student, they will share their idea on that particular topic. So within a shorter period of time, our student will retain that particular knowledge, and they are learning by doing. Match of topic, matching for review season. So the question cards, they are prepared for table 1, and answer card, they are prepared for table 2. On the question card, only questions are placed, and on answer card, the answers are written. Then every student get a card, and they think about the answers and questions, depending upon whether they are getting the answer card or question card. Now student looks for matching that particular card. If they have got the question card, they have to go to the second table and they have to match with the answer card. So the time is provided to every student for matching the card. So the student does match the card. Suppose if they have given a question and if they match with the answer correctly before allotted time, they will get the point. And after completion of this first round, again these all cards, they are mixed together. Question cards are mixed in a question card and answer card are mixed in an answer card, so that every time our student, they will get the different type of questions. So in this way, we can prepare the questions. So I have prepared the question: what is a passive absorption, what is pore transport, what is active transport, what is facilitated diffusion, and I have randomly placed this carrot over here. So if the question is first, what are the characteristics of this passive absorption, the answer will be this: more than 90% of drug they are absorbed. It follows the Fick's law of diffusion. It is suitable for the drug having the molecular weight less than 400 daltons. It is suitable for lipophilic and unionized drugs, and it follows the concentration. The drug absorption is taking place according to the concentration gradient, and it is energy independent process. So this is the correct answer, and the student has to match it within the prescribed period of time. So similarly, all other questions have to select within the given time. Then second, team game tournament. Second part of team game tournament, we have to prepare the group of 4 or 5 students. So we have to prepare the heterogeneous group first. Suppose this is a group A, we have to name them. We have to name that group as A, and every student as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. And in second group, again, second group is called as group B, and again there we have to just number them as a B1, B2, B3. So again it is a heterogeneous group. Heterogeneous group means these students, they are having the different skill and different learning ability, and they are having the different academic levels. So each team is divided into the heterogeneous group, and every group, they are containing the equal number of students. So give the review material for the student in the team phase. Initially we are providing them the literature, and now students are challenged to answer the questions that matches or that is selected by them from the pile. If that particular student, suppose A1, he is unable or she is unable to give the answer, then that is shift to the B of first group, B1. Okay, and B1 will answer. Sorry, A1, then A2 will answer. If A2 also do not cannot give the answer, it will shift it to the A3, like that. The teammate can steal that question, and the team can share the knowledge during the phase of lesson. Now, the student play the game with the other team member to score their own team. So, what is the characteristic? The student they will work in a small group. It is a game tournament, and if the team score is very high, it will lead to the team recognition. So, after phase one in a team game or tournament, we have to place the individual student in a homogeneous group now. All the student one, they are present at table one. Student one means what? They are low achieving student. But number two, student two, they are high achieving student. So this is the game phase. In the game phase, we have to present, we have to just place our student in homogeneous groups. So one group will be low achieving group and second will be high achieving group. And now the group within the student ability and competence against each other should be formed, and every student they should try to give the correct answer to earn the point for our team. And one person on each table it is available to score the mark or to note the marks of individual as well as the team. Then fourth cooperative learning skill or cooperative learning method is group investigation. So here the topic is provided in a team. So firstly we will provide the topic or literature, as well as we are grouping our students. Then the student, the team members, they will plan that particular study. They will subdivide that particular topic or divide that particular topic into subtopics, and depending upon the individual ability, they will divide that particular part, and then the team members they will gather the information, they review it, they analyze it, they evaluate it, and they will make the conclusion. And after performing all that particular task, a final report is prepared. That is called as a summary preparation. And it may be the form of a report or a briefing in an entire class. So team via representative must coordinate this activity. So presentation, each team present the findings in the class to reduce the lecture telling using role play or panel or simulations. And evaluation of purpose, method, means of evaluation can be negotiated collaboratively among the student and instructor. Then, in a very short, I will summarize this group investigation. So, firstly, we are preparing, we are providing the topic. Teachers are providing topic to the student. The students are converted or they are grouped into the team. They identify the research problem. They will organize the research in a group. They plan the research in a group. They conduct the research. They prepare the report of that particular research. They present the final report in front of a class. And then, if anybody they can challenge regarding particular issue or teacher, they can make a correction in that particular report after evaluation. So this is the process of a group investigation. Then fifth and very popular method of the cooperative learning is think, pair and share. So this method, it is a peer discussion. Here the teacher, they provide the topic for discussion in the peer of students. Then they train the students how to share idea and the thoughts. They learn how to respect others' idea as well as the thought. So what the teachers they are doing? The teachers they are providing the problem or open-ended question. The student are provided with the think time. The student they are thinking and sharing and learning with the peer, and they are sharing the idea with each other, and finally they are sharing the idea with other peers or in front of the class. This is known as a think pair share. Then debate consists of the two groups, pro and contra. Pro means they are telling positive, they are giving the contra statement. Then the practice student how to share the idea and opinion. Practice our students how to defend their statement logically. Then learn to accept and respect the differentiation. So initially, what teacher do? The teacher divide the student into two groups. To the one group, we provide them to speak positive about that particular topic. And to the second group, we provide them opportunity to discuss on the negative part of that particular topic. Then we provide them the reading time on that particular material and convey the statement pro and feedback. The teacher writes the main idea, and the teachers they add some concept or idea, and then after the discussion, what are the output of that particular debate, it is summarized. Then problem based introduction, it is similar to the problem based learning. So we are raising an actual problem in the topic learning. The student they should solve that particular problem fairly and objectively. The teacher convey the competency in the student regarding the achievements. We should motivate our students to perform the problem solving activity and help our student to define and organize that particular task. So we understand, we support in collecting information, experimenting, collecting data, hypothesis, problem solving, and we are helping our student in dividing task to their friends and group. We are helping to evaluate the experiment and the processes. The simple experiment I have provided over here. So this is a case study I have provided. A glass of water, and in this glass of water earthworm is placed, and it was found that it is swirling very nicely. And in another glass I have taken alcohol and I have placed earthworm. After some time, it is observed that the earthworm that is present in water, it is swirling very effectively. And earthworm, which is present in the alcohol glass, it loses its activity. So the student they should able to conclude creatively the outcome of this experiment. So this is called as a problem-based introduction. So alcohol can cause the paralysis of the muscles of the earthworm. This may be the answer for that. So what is mind mapping? So it is another type of a cooperative training learning skill or method in which we are grouping the student. The two, we are preparing the pairs, then providing the study material to them, Out of that two student, one student will read the material, second student will make the notes, and one student observe the presentation. So this is the way of mind mapping. In cooperative skill, in the cooperative script, the peer provided with the study material, and student one, he or she, they will prepare the summary and present in front of other. At that time, the second student, he will take the note and suggest the correction if any. And at the same time, there will be the exchange of material. And the second student, he firstly prepare the summary and he will present in front of other. They take the notes and suggest the corrections, and they will finalize the script. So this is known as a cooperative script. Then number headed together. This is the another cooperative technique. So in this technique, the group is divided into the students not more than 4. We are providing them the topic. The teacher call a student from a group to present. The students can argue or critics logically, and finally the conclusion is drawn. So this is called as a number headed together. So here, this is suppose a group, and the topic is provided to 4 students, and every time one student is going in front of that particular group, and they are explaining their point, and everyone will give the suggestion to that, and depending upon that, the refinement of that particular knowledge, it is taking place, and everyone, they are challenging creatively, they are challenging logically for that particular changes. Then picture and picture. Initially the teacher, they will explain particular picture. This picture, the students are then asked to arrange the picture in the sequence. The teacher inculcate the concept based competency in the student, and finally we are asking our student to write the summary of that. So this is a picture and picture. And the last example of cooperative learning is example and non-example. So here, teacher makes a group of 3 or 4 students. They decide a picture to develop the competencies in the student. Teacher displaying the picture either on the board or LCD. And we are providing them the opportunity for each student to analyze that particular picture. And we are asking every group to discuss and write the summary about that particular picture. And every group present the summary in front of the class, and the final refinement is done by the teacher or other classmates. Suppose this is the example of examples and the non-examples. So this is the mesoentric cycle. So we provide the time to our student to explain in their self. So it is for gastric time. So gastric time process, it is divided into 4 phases. So initial phase, it is of 30 to 60 minutes, where there are no force of contractions, they are present. There will be no secretion of bile as well as the mucus discharge, it is taking place. And after 60 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes, the phase 2, it is started of mesoenteric cycle, where a very rare but forceful contractions, they are taking place. And bile secretion and mucus discharge, it is taking place. And this phase, it is start for 20 to 40 minutes. After that, phase 3, it comes for 10 to 20 minutes. Here there is a high intensity of the forceful contractions will be there, and the frequency of the contraction is also more, and therefore very high mucus discharge will be taking place. And after that, there will be the phase 4. It is last for 0 to 5 minutes, where the intensity of contraction it is less, but the frequency is again more, and it is last for only smaller period of time. And then the content from the GIT it will enter into the content from the stomach it will enter into the small intestine. So this is the way in which our students should be able to describe the particular picture. So last, come to the conclusion part of our presentation. So the student, this cooperative learning is a student-centric strategy. Here the students, they are working in a team and a group. They encourage to develop the interpersonal and the social skills of each other. The cooperative learning inculcates the emotional intelligence in our student. Students are able to understand the feeling of one another. The skill attained are refined by the teacher, and the outcome based and higher attainment level can be possible by the cooperative learning. So with this, I conclude my session. Happy learning and have a nice time.